If you're looking for cheap and reliable Ultimate Team coins, check the link in the description for FIFA Coin Zone. They're selling for £3 per 100k on the Xbox at the moment, and £3 per 100k on the PlayStation. Use the code Josh5 to get 5% off. What's up, lads? Josh here, and welcome back to another episode of FIFA 15 potential January upgrades. Now, I haven't done an episode of this in about a month and a half. I have just been focusing on, of course, January transfers, but there's about a week until they actually release all of these players, which will be, of course, upgraded. And there's a lot of, there's a lot of ones that we pretty much know are going to get upgraded, but they will have to stay potential at the moment. So I'm going to cover 5 players today who I think will have upgrades in January, and just tune back into episode 1 and 2 to see, Aguero, Costa, Pele, who else we got in there, Harry Kane, all the Barclays Premier League players and all the stars. You will see a lot of them in episode 1 and 2, but this is episode 3 where we're going to talk about 5 more players who deserve January upgrades. And moving on to the first player that we're going to talk about who deserves a January upgrade is we're going to be talking about ISCO, and of course he has played an absolutely fantastic half of the season so far. He has played 32 games, scored 4 goals and had 12 assists. Now, a lot of people would actually were expecting Bale just to completely take over ISCO, whereas it's been the complete opposite. ISCO has been playing over Bale every time. Bale has only been coming on, from the subs bench. He hasn't had a lot of starts this season, Bale, so ISCO seems to be keeping him out of the team at the moment, and there's a lot of vines and gifs and all that of him throwing the ball at him, kicking the ball at him, tackling him, etc. You'll see that a lot if you actually type that in on Google, and obviously the main headlines are obviously about ISCO taking Bale's place, but whether Bale will get into the side eventually, I'm pretty sure he will. With the price tag that Real Madrid paid for him, I don't expect him to sit on the bench all the time. But while ISCO is in complete, while he's in this type of form, why on earth would you take him off? He's been absolutely exceptional for Real Madrid so far, and I obviously think they actually will win the La Liga this year. But anyway, I'm going to give him +1 pace, +2 shooting, +2 passing, dribbling, defending, and physical. And I'm going to give him a +1 overall rating as well. And of course, he will have his 2 informs upgraded as well, and I think that's going to be like an 86 or 87 upgraded inform, so that is going to be a pretty high rated inform. And moving on to the next player, guys, I'm pretty sure he is going to get one, and it is going to be Lacazette, of course, and he has played absolutely terrifically this season. He's literally come out of nowhere. I mean, last FIFA he was like a decent card, but this FIFA he's been exceptional for club, and of course he's played 29 games, scored 25 goals, and had 7 assists. That is almost a goal per game, and you wouldn't really expect it from this guy. He seems to be absolutely banging them in this season, and it's only halfway through the season he's already scored 25 goals. At the end of the season he could have scored he's going to be scoring onwards of 45 plus. So this guy is absolutely exceptional this season. He's picked out his form out of absolutely nowhere. I don't think he was the best of players last season, but this year he is really going for it, and he is giving everybody a run for their money. And of course I don't think he'll be at Lyon for much longer. I think in summer, unless he's incredibly devoted or incredibly humble to Lyon, I don't think he will be playing for Lyon next season. I think he'll be playing for either Manchester City or some other big club, Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool. I think somebody will snap him up eventually, because he is hitting headlines every single week in the French league. And moving on to the next player, guys, we're going to be talking about Antoine Griezmann, and of course he has hit the ground running at Atletico Madrid after signing from Real Sociedad. He's just been absolutely phenomenal for them. He obviously was playing left wing at the start, but he's now actually seems to be moving into the striker role, and he seems to be cementing that role quite nicely. He's played 34 games, scored 14 goals, and had 6 assists. A really good record for a player that has just signed in, of course, the summer. It's a great, that's definitely what you want from your transfers. When you pay so much money for a player, you want him to hit the ground running, you want him to start scoring goals, get assists, and slot into the team nicely. And that is what Griezmann has done this season, and could be looking at an 84 rated striker card. With those stats, with him and Benzema going to be like a strong French link in the La Liga. That is going to be an absolutely awesome striker partnership. I mean, Griezmann already is a fantastic card on FIFA, whereas Benzema, obviously another fantastic card. Put them together, you've got 2 amazing strikers waiting to happen in January. And moving on to the next player, but guys, we're going to be talking about Cesc Fabregas, and another player who joined in the summer and of course has had an absolutely terrific time at Chelsea. He has played 31 games, scored 4 goals, and get this, 20 assists. 20 assists already in 31 games, absolutely phenomenal, and it just shows you, how much talent this guy has, and what an absolute signing it was to pick him up in the summer. And Chelsea have just hit the ground running. Of course, they're top of the league, but by 5 points over City and 10 points over Manchester United. Of course, they don't look like they can be beaten at the moment. Obviously, they did just lose to Bradford, but I think that's just a one-off. I do think they will concentrate nicely on the Barclays Premier League and of course the Champions League as well. But I think they can go far in both competitions. But yeah, Cesc Fabregas looks like he's going to be in for a January upgrade. He's going to be an 85 rated, I think. I don't think he'll get any higher because, of course, he hasn't had an inform or anything yet, so there's nothing much to upgrade. So I think an 85 rated upgrade would be nice, and, just plus 1s and 2s all around on his card stats. And moving on to the next player, guys, we're going to be talking about the final player of this episode, and it is going to be Neymar, who looks to be in for a incredibly good upgrade. And of course, he already has an 88 rated inform, so that could be boosted all the way up to a 90 rated inform, and that is going to go for millions. I guarantee that already. But Neymar has played 26 games this season, scored 22 goals, and had 7 assists. Now, for a player that didn't really start, terrifically at Barcelona, that is a phenomenal record this season. He seems to be, going absolutely ham this season, and him, Messi, and of course Luis Suarez. Not so much Luis Suarez. I don't think he's been hitting the headlights or the headlines most of the times, but of course, he's still settling in at Barcelona, and hopefully he will be able to get his career back on track eventually. And but at the moment, Neymar just stealing all the headlines, and he is just doing absolutely work in La Liga. Whether they will win the La Liga, of course, I'm really not too sure this season. It's a really tough competition between them, Atletico Madrid, and Real Madrid, like it normally is. And of course, with Neymar keep banging in these goals, there's every chance that they can actually win it again. So, 88 rated upgrade, I think he'll be in for, and it's going to be an absolutely insane card if he does manage to get it. Thank you guys for watching yet another episode of FIFA 15 January upgrades, and of course, let me know what you guys think of the series. I will keep doing it if you guys enjoy it, and of course, let me know down below who you think will be upgraded in January, and I'll cover them in the next episode. I'm looking to do about 5 per episode, so the videos aren't too long, and it's a nice amount of players to talk about as well, so it's not too long, not too short either. But yeah, apart from that, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, rate, and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and follow me on Twitter at GRIEZMANN, and apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow.